Hello, everybody. Darrell, Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network, and welcome to another edition of the LegacyMaker Sports News Update. It is October the 11th, 2020, and we are so glad for you all to be with us here today. Now, of course, we're going to bring you highlights from the Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the Washington football team taking on the LA Rams, and the Virginia Cavaliers taking on NC State. Now, we're going to start this one off with Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat were trying to force a Game 7. The question is, would they be able to push it to a Game 7? Now, on Friday, they were able to get a very, very hard-fought victory, winning 111-108 over the Lakers. And then now infamous LeBron James drive, kick out to Danny Green that was a miss. And then a Markieff Morris that the ball, I don't know where he was throwing the ball to. But Jimmy Butler had 35 points in that contest, getting his second triple-double of the NBA Finals. He had 12 rebounds and 11 assists to go along with it. But could Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat extend this to Game 7? Let's take you to the bubble. Early in the first, LeBron James getting things started off right off the glass. It's a 13-8 game. Then the Lakers up 25-20. LeBron James working against Crowder. He has nothing against the King, and the King makes this a 27-20 game. Miami had one little bright spot to get to see Gordon Dragic come back despite dealing with an injury. Makes it a 10-point Laker lead, 35-25. Then the Lakers up by 13. Here's Rondo working magic off that glass, and Rondo makes it a 15-point game, and the Lakers are cruising. But Rondo's not done yet this time. Working against Adebayo. Spin move. Oh my goodness. Off the glass with the kiss. And it's a 17-point lead for the Lakers. Now, 18-point lead. And Anthony Davis will slam this one home. And you can just feel the vibe as the Lakers were just putting this one away early. And there was nothing the Heat could do. We take you to 9 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. LeBron to Danny Green, getting a little bit of redemption after that tough Game 5 for Danny Green and the death threats that his wife got, which is just straight ridiculous. Miami trying to do a little something, but it's just too late. Bam Adebayo, who had 25 points in this contest, just a little too late. Rondo over to LeBron to knock down the three, 97-73. And LeBron would just sit from the sideline as he watches his Lakers team win the NBA championship 106-93 over the Miami Heat in 6 games. The celebration ensues. The Lakers get their 17th NBA championship. LeBron James had 28 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. He was the finals MVP. Bam Adebayo had 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Miami Heat in this contest. But there was just too much Laker firepower, too much LeBron James, and there was too much determination. And they truly did this one for Kobe and Gigi. Let's take you to the Lakers championship celebration. And this is what LeBron had to say after the game.
Congratulations. You said the other day, and I want to read this to get it exactly right. Lakers fans, quote, "Don't give a damn about what you've done before. When you become a Laker, you've got to do it with them as well." Well, you have done it, LeBron. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot to represent this franchise. Jeannie, I told Jeannie when I came here that I was going to put this franchise back in a position where it belongs. Her late great father did it for so many years, and she just, took it on after that. And for me to be a part of such a historical franchise is it's an unbelievable feeling, not only for myself, but for my teammates, for the organization, for the coaches, for the trainers, everybody that's here. We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect, too.
Now we head to FedEx, where the Washington football team took on the LA Rams. Now, leading into this game, the Washington football team had one game won in the season against Philadelphia and a really nice comeback victory. Then the next 3 weeks were a little bit tough. the Cardinals, the Browns, and the Ravens all getting victories against the Washington football team, which led to the benching of Dwayne Haskins, who is now third on the depth chart, moving Alex Smith up to 2, and now the number 1 person on the depth chart, Kyle Allen. Now, in my personal opinion, how long will it be before we see Alex Smith? It could be, in my opinion, it could be the Cowboys game. But Kyle Allen had an opportunity today to try to stop those type of things from happening. Let's take you to FedEx.
Rams possession, 11 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Jared Goff looks and finds his receiver Josh Reynolds for a nice pickup and down at the 37. Then the Rams will finish it off a couple plays later with Darrell Henderson Jr., who's had a pretty solid season so far, gets the Rams in the end zone. Now, they would miss the extra point. This is a 6-0 game. And Kyle Allen, we see him in action. He dumps this one off to Antonio Gibson, who's had a really good first couple of weeks in his NFL career. Then Kyle Allen looking, finds an opening, and is going to bounce to the outside, and Allen is in the end zone. The touchdown would tie this one up, and the extra point would give Washington a 7-6 lead. Start the second, Washington 7-6. Jared Goff is going to let this one loose, and he finds Robert Woods for the touchdown, and the Rams retake the lead just like that. Robert Woods with a phenomenal catch and play there for the Rams. And then Jared Goff still putting in work. This time he finds Gerald Everett, the big tight end, and Everett will put it in the inside. And this is another great Rams drive coming along. And then Jared Goff decides great play action. And, as Kyle Allen, if you can do it, I can do it better. Jared Goff in the end zone for the touchdown. And the Rams will go to have a 20-7 lead. Kyle Allen rolling out to his right. Nice little pump fake here, but then this is where disaster strikes for Kyle Allen. Look at this helmet-to-helmet hit laid by Jalen Ramsey. This one would send Kyle Allen out of the game, and that's right, the backup quarterback, Alex Smith, his first time being on the field since that dreadful day back in November of 2018. Let's see what Alex Smith can do on his first pass. Gives it to J.D. McKissick. McKissick picks up a couple, but that one had to feel good for Alex Smith, just getting back in the groove. Here's Alex. Next play, a couple plays later, and then he is brought down, jumped on by Aaron Donald. Just to know for Washington fans, I know my heart skipped 2 beats just to make sure he would get up, but Alex Smith was a trooper. He got right back up. Scored 20-7, and then there's an interception. Goff was trying to find Cooper Kupp, but Kendall Fuller with the interception, and now Washington has a chance to maybe put some points on the board. Alex Smith looking, goes back to pass, steps up a little bit of pocket, dumps it off to J.D. McKissick, who gets them across the 50. A couple plays later, Dustin Hopkins would knock this one in to make this a 20-10 game at the half. Take it to the fourth, 23-10. LA trying to put this one away. Goff finds Darrell Henderson Jr. for his second touchdown of the day, and that would pretty much wrap this one up as the Los Angeles Rams win this one 30-10 over the Washington football team. Jared Goff 21 for 30, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. But the story of the day, Alex Smith making his return to the NFL after that horrendous injury back in November 18th of 2018. It was a tough thing to see. I was there in person, and just to see Alex come all the way back, it wasn't great numbers-wise. 9 for 17 for only 37 yards, but he had pressure on him all day. And with that defensive line, what else could you really do? But his first game back since that dreadful day, but Alex Smith is back in the league. And this is what Alex had to say after the game.
Obviously very, very surreal at first. To have it happen as fast as it did was probably almost a blessing. For me, obviously, just after, I knew it. Once Kyle took that shot, that there was a chance of it, and obviously run over, grab my helmet, get ready to roll. So it was kind of nice in that sense, not having to think about it. You just go out there and do it, and then in that situation, kind of there into half, working some, trying to get the ball moving, and obviously getting into a 2-minute tempo was good as well. In the same sense, just no thinking, going and playing.
What did the first hit feel like?
That was it. For me, I've been waiting for that a long time. It was hard this year with no preseason. We wear the jerseys in practice, so you don't get touched much. But the first one felt good. It was nice to obviously know that you're fine and going out there, and it was nice to kind of knock the cobwebs off, so to speak.
Let's take you to Charlottesville, where the Virginia Cavaliers would take on the NC State Wolfpack. Virginia coming off a very tough last week to the number one team in the country, the Clemson Tigers. Would they be able to come in this matchup and bounce back from a very tough loss last week? Well, let's take you to Charlottesville and find out.
We took you earlier to the first. Brennan Armstrong looking, and Shaheem battled with the interception for NC State, putting them in a phenomenal position to get this thing going. And then Leary looks, and he finds Trent Penix, who will put it in the end zone for the touchdown to make this a 6-0 lead. Extra point makes it 7-0 NC State. 7-0 NC State, a little trickery here. And then Devin Leary finds Kerry Angeline, the tight end, into the end zone. Touchdown NC State. This becomes a 14-0 game after the extra point. 17-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. And then Zonovan Knight will break loose for a 35-yard touchdown run, one of his 2 touchdowns on the day. And NC State not playing around, 24-0. And then UVA has to bring in Lindell Stone, who makes a great throw across the middle to find Lavelle Davis, who's been the bright spot on this UVA team's offense throughout the first couple of games of the season. UVA trying to get in the end zone to put some points on the board, down by 24, and Stone will find Billy Kemp for the touchdown right before the half. NC State starts off the second half with a block punt, putting them in great field position in Virginia territory with a chance to really put this thing away. Leary looking into the end zone, and Devontae Cross gets the interception for the Cavaliers, and they just won't go away. They're still in this thing. Now late in the third, UVA with the fake punt, the jump pass, and puts them in great position. And then Stone will look in the back of the end zone for Tony Poljan, and he will give this UVA team a little bit of spark. It scores 24-14. UVA still trying to make things happen. Stone looks, it's tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Aleem McNeil takes it into the end zone with the pick six, a big man touchdown. You can't go wrong with those. NC State up 31-14. UVA still fighting late, but it just would be too much as Lavelle Davis would get in for this touchdown at 31-21. But in the final minutes, it would be 38-21 as NC State wins this one in Charlottesville in impressive fashion. Zonovan Knight, 18 carries for 108 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, leading the way for NC State. Lindell Stone, who went 30 for 54, 240 yards with 3 touchdown passes and an interception, which will pose a very interesting question for Coach Mendenhall this week. Will Armstrong get another opportunity to start, or will this be Lindell Stone team heading into the Wake Forest game? We will find all that out next week. But let's take you to Terrell Jana, who has something to say about his former high school teammate.
Lindell's always ready to go. I think it pays testament to his preparation. Who is a player? I mean, he's a baller. Ever since high school, he's always been someone that who likes to compete. And he's an integral part of our offense as a whole, whether it be just scheming things, signaling, all that. So when we need him to play, he's always ready to go. So it wasn't like no one was worried about him going in. And he threw a lot of good plays. But yeah, I think he did a great job stepping in, and it's just we all expected from him.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. This is the LegacyMaker Sports News Update for October the 11th, 2020. We'll be back next week to bring you more Washington football team highlights as they take on the New York Giants, and the UVA Cavaliers, they take on Wake Forest. So we'll bring you those highlights, and we may also add a game of the week. Thank you all for tuning in. Truly, truly appreciate everybody. I'm Darrell Owens. Until next time.